NATO sources tell Finnish media Iltalehti that Russia has been practicing an attack on Finland and other countries on NATO's eastern flank. Sources estimate that Russia would aim for the borders of the Peace of Turku from 1743. In that case, the Russian invasion forces would aim as far as the Kemijoki River. Further north, the attack would aim for the Pumalan Strait. The threat assessment estimates that Russia would like a buffer zone for itself. Russia's security thinking reflects the pursuit of strategic depth and the desire to create a unified buffer zone in Europe, from the Arctic region through the Baltic and Black Seas to the Mediterranean. According to NATO's threat assessment, Russian missile attacks would also target Helsinki. The Russians' main attack direction would be in the Baltics. Vladimir Putin said in his annual propaganda speech on December 19th that Russia has enough strength and means to return all its historical territories. Putin has previously said that his ideal is the 18th century Russian Empire. Sources say that Putin's words should be taken literally. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, but also southeastern Finland would be at risk. Top NATO official thinks Russian hybrid attacks could cause substantial damage, reports Sky News. James Apathurai, Assistant Secretary General for Innovation, Hybrid and Cyber, said that the hybrid and kinetic attacks by Russia in NATO countries, such as the cutting of cables, are increasing in numbers. He says up to 100 such attacks happened, and eventually they can cause substantial numbers of casualties or very substantial economic damage. Apathurai says NATO needs to be prepared to respond accordingly. He also said that alliance members were already in a boiling frog situation, as such attacks would have been unacceptable 5 years ago. Russian propagandist Solovyov. Kyiv, Dnipro, Kharkiv, and Sumy need to be wiped off the face of the earth completely. Russians no longer even try to hide their genocidal intent towards Ukraine. They used to say they wanted to liberate Ukrainians and protect Russian speakers in Ukraine. In reality, all they want is the destruction of Ukrainians and the expansion of Russian territory.
Maybe already hysterically wipe off the face of the earth a number of Ukraino-Nazi cities, then we'll rebuild them. It is very dangerous to be in Kyiv, Dnipro, Sumy right now. The problem is very dangerous. Just hysterically wipe them out to hell. The problem for many people there is that they essentially are... Yes, hostages, very pitiful. Very. Hostages are really pitiful. What, is someone preventing them from leaving their cities? Well, the thing is, there's a checkpoint. What checkpoint? Nobody cares about that anymore. If you've got millions coming in, no checkpoint will stop it.
No,
do these millions need to be organized?
Ahead,
no need to organize. Just say, leave the city in 24 hours. Well, for this, I think you need to turn off the water. No need to turn off anything, you just need to say it. The Supreme said it. Listen, when they hit Yuzhmash, it's okay, everything's fine, hostages. But the Supreme said that we will warn them, so we will warn them. We will say now. 27 hours.
Well, warning is necessary, undoubtedly.
Hostages, the entire people are hostages. And what, don't the people want it? Who is supposed to organize them? What, do the people of Ukraine not want to organize themselves? Look, Crimea organized, Donbass organized. And these ones are all hostages who, what, happily pay taxes, support the Ukrainian Nazi army, and jump regularly. They are hostages, and their church was destroyed, their memory.
Those who didn't want to pay since 2014 didn't
and who
pay.
Took them hostage?
We ended up, of course, not in our native Zaporizhia region, but in the People's Republics of Donbass, Crimea, and so on.
And what about them? Maybe they're simply not hostages.
The paratroopers of the 79th Brigade sent Russians straight to hell. Drone bombing of armored vehicles and elimination of Russian infantry. They wanted their contract payouts, but got 6 feet of soil in Donetsk instead, the brigade adds. Volganeft oil spill continues to plague the waters of the Black and Azov seas. Mazout has once more washed up in Anapa in mainland Russia, while reports from the occupied Crimea indicate that pollution is spreading along the coast. It has reached resort city Koktebel and even the southern part of the peninsula.
К работе. Вот буквально опять с утра мы видим, что на море принесло мазут. Вчера все убирали, сегодня на берег моря вынесло вот такие вот пласты мазута. Занимаемся уборкой, складываем все в мешки. работает объединенная команда Ленинградского округа. Сегодня приехало 50 человек. К вечеру территория будет очищена. Наши ребята.
High-ranking Russian Orthodox Church priest Danil Sidorov, personal secretary to the Bishop of Yekaterinburg, has been sent to fight in the invasion of Ukraine. He stalked and violently sexually assaulted multiple women, including a student of undisclosed age. Aeroflot flight from Dubai to Moscow diverted to Baku, Azerbaijan, when a psycho Russian started yelling stuff about kokhols, derogatory term against Ukrainians. This Russian is unlikely to have a good time in Azerbaijan, where tensions with Moscow are high following the downing of an Azerbaijani plane in Chechnya. Since the start of the invasion of Ukraine, anti-Russian sentiment has been growing across former Soviet republics, as many grow weary of Russian nationalism and expansionism. This is yet another of Putin's strategic miscalculations, resulting in Russia losing influence in Central Asia. Protests in Georgia continue following the inauguration of Georgian Dream's Kavalashvili. The police have begun arresting protesters. Local Telegram channels report police are acting indiscriminately and using undue force. Pro-Russian President Mikhail Kavalashvili, elected by the Georgian parliament, where the pro-Russian Georgian Dream Party got the majority of the votes, took oath. Protesters in Tbilisi showed Kavalashvili symbolic red cards. Kavalashvili's inauguration marks the final step in what critics have described as a state capture by pro-Russian oligarch Bidzina Ivanishvili, whose Georgian Dream Party has brought all the country's institutions under its control since coming to power in 2012. The sole candidate for the role was elected this month by a college of 300 members, mostly Georgian Dream members or sympathizers. Demonstrators, who have held daily rallies for the past month as the country's political crisis escalated, welcomed a move by the U.S. State Department to impose sanctions on Ivanishvili. He was hit by the measures which were announced on Friday for undermining the democratic and Euro-Atlantic future of Georgia for the benefit of the Russian Federation.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.